Now, there are calls for an audit of a Nation Builders Corps program to weed out trainees who have exited the program into other employment, yet still hoping to draw allowances from the program. It comes a day after officials of a program took on the agitating trainees who'd been protesting non-payment of allowances of up to 11 months in some cases. The aggrieved trainees criticized the Nation Builders Corps Secretariat for sabotaging Thursday's demonstration by conducting a head count of personnel for the purpose of crediting their accounts. We'll be getting into a conversation about NABCO and everything that has developed since yesterday's demonstration shortly. But let's run by you so far the story of NABCO so far. What's been the story since this particular project was launched sometime in 2018? Let's go through that. We'll have that up in a short time. We know that it was launched by President Akufo-Addo sometime in 2018, and it was to get in some 100,000 young people employment for a period of 3 years. And that is, yeah, there you have it. Objectives of NABCO was to provide temporary employment, improve skills and employability of the trainees, improve public service delivery, improve revenue mobilization, improve access to basic public services. So those were the key objectives of NABCO. Now, the trainees were expected to earn a stipend of 700 cedis each month since the project was launched. And subsequently, they were supposed to acquire some skills which will help them in future to either be absorbed in mainstream public sector work or to rechannel those energies and expertise in other fields of, for example, entrepreneurship. But what is the story of NABCO so far? Yesterday, there was an agitation, by the NABCO trainees who are demanding payment of their allowances, some as long as 11 months. Joining me in studio are some of the NABCO executives. We have the National Secretary of NABCO Trainees. He is Frank Kwanzaa, and one other executive. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. So I want to know if there's been any update since yesterday's demonstration in terms of roadmap to pay you your monies.
Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on NABCO. First of all, I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic, for introducing this policy. It has really helped us to gain more experience. But the real issue is that for the past 6 months, most of the trainees are not being paid. With a Hill Ghana model, for over 10 months, they have not been paid. And no communication is coming to NABCO trainees. That is the main reason why we embarked on demonstration yesterday.
Okay. And yes. I want to find out if there's been any updates since yesterday till now. Have there been any calls for the trainees who are owed these allowances to, for example, submit certain documentation so you can receive your monies?
No, there's no any update.
There's not been any update.
Yes.
So what's the next step?
The only update is, I think our CEO came out and said, we embarking this exercise might affect future opportunities which might be given to NABCO trainees. And this is very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Yeah.
So what's the way forward?
So after the
because, for example, just a second, some have said, for example, that we knew that NABCO, when it was launched, was supposed to be over a 3-year period. It was clear that job opportunities or absorption was not guaranteed, correct?
Yes, please.
So some have said, why are you agitating at this point? And also respond to the question about those of you who have gone out of a program to seek employment elsewhere, yet you are still hanging on to draw salaries from NABCO.
For what I know, there is no one who has gone to seek employment somewhere and is still hanging on NABCO. Because once you seek employment somewhere, our CEO told us that they go through SNIT, Controller Accountant General Department, those that maybe you seek employment. But once you seek employment somewhere, you are being paid SNIT. So once you go to SNIT, they will detect it and then your name will be taken out of the program. So those that they went out are no more on the scheme again.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what I know.
So the NABCO officials are saying there's now time for an audit of the trainees so they can weed out some of these people that have been spoken about. Is this something you welcome? Because there definitely are bad nuts in their pay. What's NABCO officials?
With the audit, they've been doing it. They've been doing. This is the first time that they are doing head count. They've been doing it, and then at the end of the day, they'll still tell us that they are still doing audit. So it has been one thing that they've been doing it. They've been doing every day,
And with this edit, this head count, it is when NABCO decided to embark on demonstration. That is why they also decided to do that head count.
Okay.
Looking at how the day they conducted, the exact day that we decided to do or embark on the demonstration, it was that same day that they wanted to do that head count. So it means that, I don't know.
Okay, so we've run out of time. We'll come back to this conversation sometime,
Okay.
so we can see how best you can have your concerns addressed from the NABCO Secretariat specifically. Thank you for joining us. We are the executives of a NABCO trainee speaking to us a day after that demonstration.